Hello everybody, they call me Muse and I welcome you back to Hitman Freelancer and a new challenge. This is going to be the guards only challenge where we're not allowed to lay a finger on civilians, we're not allowed to knock them out, we're not allowed to murk them in any way, just guards. It should be fairly straightforward, so what we're going to do first is a bit of prestige. Buy guns. Buy 140,000 mercers. And there we go, we've got a challenge complete. Prestige level 3. It's actually Prestige 5, but it's level 3 on the challenges. And now we've done that, let's get back our ever-reliable Leviathan. And potentially 30k as well. Let's see, and let's get back our Seeker, that's very handy. There we go. So we're not starting with nothing, because that would be sad times. We're also starting with the Collector's Lockpick, just because... Oh, we don't. It doesn't appear to be showing up for some reason. It's saying no items, but I can see it in there. It's right there. Oh well. We've got ourselves a couple of things. Where's our sniper rifle as well? Is it... We've put it down, because it's not in my inventory. Have they finally fixed some of the bug? Or is this just a issue because we... haven't started a campaign? It's hard to say. Either way, let's pick some locations, shall we? Now, you can't go wrong with New York, but I don't want to do New York just because we always do New York. So let's start with a bit of Colorado, shall we, on Sick Games. Destroy surveillance recorder, that's rough. Take no damage, doors stay locked. I mean, it's always rough because it's bloody Colorado, isn't it? But yeah, it's saying we've got no items. Did we just drop our Leviathan on the floor, or is it just gone? Because collateral kill firearms, if I was still holding on to that Leviathan, would work nicely for us. What happens if we exit to menu and return? Will that bring back our sniper rifle? Or is this just going to cause our Seeker to disappear as well? That's a possibility. Whilst we're up here though, let's see if we can't find an emetic mushroom somewhere. Maybe we'll need a rusty old nail. Although maybe we won't because we're doing door stayed locked, so I guess not having a lockpick is not the end of the world. But let's go and turn our mushroom into a syringe. And now that we've done that, let's go and see the state of our walls. Excellent. It's back. Because we probably want the Leviathan on Colorado, because it will allow us to complete collateral kill firearms. Although, then again, timed get disguises also wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, because it's a one-target mission. So I don't think we need the Seeker. And we should now be able to collect... Yeah, we can now collect our lockpick, but I don't think we need it. I think we'll just take the Leviathan, and we'll see how things go. I wonder how long it's going to take me to forget that I'm doing a guards only challenge. Now, target is near the barracks. That's not the worst thing in the world. Mercers, don't mind if I do. So we probably want a disguise first of all, just to get about the place. We've got those two guards there, who are hostile and alert. If we could eliminate them, then that could potentially allow us to disguise it, depending on if anyone else sees us eliminate them. Let's see, can we line them up? I think we did. Now, are there cameras? There's a camera up there, yeah. And we haven't got a better gun. But we should be okay. We can sneak around that camera. And there we go. Maybe grab that gun as well, just because we can bring it back to base. That guy who was like curious about the noise has now decided he's not that curious after all. Now this outfit's not much better than nothing, but it is better than nothing. There are a lot of people that enforce the regular guard outfit. And yeah, they've noticed that there's bodies. That's fine, I guess. Is this guard? Okay, this guard's not an enforcer. I thought pretty much all of the external guards were enforcers for this basic militia guard outfit, but I guess not. And I think our man is part of a crew of 2, so it shouldn't be too hard to collateral firearms him. But if we can do it with a point man outfit, that would be nice. Which guard have we got? Is that just Spec Ops? Rather than point man? Yeah, it is.
Don't you dare mess up this fucking day more than it already is.
Language. Okay, so not the greatest help in the world, the Spec Ops outfit, but we'll probably crate him up anyway, just because. Let's see. Those guards that we shot aren't going to get dragged over to this body point, I don't think, because it's too far away. So let's drop you out the window. And let's drop you in a crate. And now we should be able to get our point man outfit. It's just a very useful outfit to have. It lets you get over most of the level, and it lets you openly carry a sniper rifle, which most other outfits just won't. So until we've got a collateral kill firearms, I think we want this outfit. Once we've got collateral kill firearms sorted, maybe then we put our brief sniper back in a briefcase so we can potentially try and get into their house and get that surveillance recorder sorted. Why can we hear Penelope Graves right now? She's not normally over this side of the map, is she? I'm not sure. Either way, this is a non-standard version of Colorado if Penelope is still alive and roaming about. Now, do we have to look out for cameras? There's our man and his friend. So that's ideal. Let's see. Let's try and line this up. Stop pacing back and forth, you knob. But also don't just stand there, because that's making life difficult. Or is it? Okay, life's not that difficult. That's target dealt with. Now the tricky part is getting into the house. I still haven't found an ultra reliable way of getting an elite guard outfit without getting spotted by peeps. Where's the safe? It's over in the junkyard. Can we go there as a point man? Because this is just general open area. It doesn't belong to anyone, does it? But there is a safe next to an explosive canister. So the explosive canister would help us crack the safe. However, we haven't got a silenced pistol, and it's a bit unwieldy to do it with a sniper rifle. So let's go and see what Supplier Friend can offer, if anything.
I might just have what you need.
You might just have what I need. It's a silenced pistol.
No idea.
Do you have a silenced pistol? No, you don't. You've only got the cheap stuff. You've only got common goods because they're still available. So yeah, I guess we'll just buy pistols until we get to the point where,
If you need more, you
hopefully
know where to find
soon,
me.
one of our suppliers has a silenced one. Let's see. No one's watching us, are they? That's always fun to do. Who's going to go and look at that? Not the courier. Although the courier's now looking this way. I wish he wasn't.
JHQ sit rep.
Hehehe. Now, is Maya Pavati going to go and look at that? Or is it going to be the courier? Because there is a purpose to doing this, you see. And it's that. We've now crushed a courier. and we can go and loot his goods as soon as we're not going to be spotted in doing so. There we go. It has also set the map on high alert because Maya saw that. And she is a delicate and fragile flower and needs protecting. But hey ho, the main thing is we have got the courier dealt with. Now maybe if everyone's on alert, that would mean the courier over here might be in a position where we can knock him off because there might be guards running around. No, everyone over here is just chilling. Very well. So, that's where I'm looking for a spot now where I can easily plink that explosive without getting into trouble for it. Because I don't want to get spotted firing the sniper rifle, because that could be seen as a suspicious activity. There we go. I think someone's going to go and smoke next to that, but I could be wrong. Either way, let's leave this area for the moment. And if we get a pop-up saying safe cracked, that's jolly good. I wish there was an easy way of sniping the camera recorder, but I don't think there is. I think we will have to get into the house to deal with it. I feel like this is something I should have learned at some point by now. It's generally a good idea to have easy and quick ways of taking down any camera recorders on any levels. But yeah, I'm not allowed up there. I am allowed in this bit of garden. And the camera recorder is in that room, I think. Or is it? No, it's not quite that room. It's... So if I could get up high from here, then... No, it's still not the right angle. Yeah, there's no sensible way of taking out that without getting into the garden first. Is the disguise available on this variant of the map? Right, Ezra's just stood around and about. That guard is watching us.
Wondering if you've had the chance to look for my shipment yet. It's really quite vital.
Why are you watching us, guard? Do you not have work to do? Right, so there's no one on this side who really is getting a look at this outfit. It's just that one guard there. And maybe that Spec Ops guy. Maybe we look at the militia guy who stands over here. He and his friends stand together and have a chat. Okay, we kind of got away with that. Yeah, we got away with that. Good. Ezra's probably going to wander in there at some point and see that his guard is in a heap on the floor. But maybe that's okay. Now, who in this house is sufficiently suspicious of us to stop us from taking out the thing? Yeah, there's a guard over there. Yeah. So we need that guard out of the way. Maybe we just do the same again. Although we're now not allowed to hold this
a civilian
sniper rifle. But that's fine. We got our work done. And now we can just waltz out the front door. Okay, I think we've just got away with everything, and that's going to be a perfect run on Colorado to start the day. Couldn't ask for more, really.
Welcome.
I mean, we could go back and buy another big gun. Or we could pick up another big gun. Where do we drop the guns? Yeah. Somewhere on this map, there are a few guns that have been placed in safe spaces from the guards that we've already shot. So if we can find those, then that's just a little extra bonus on the way out of the map. Does the Spec Ops... Well, does the point guard's room over here have a gun storage in it? Yeah, it does. Lovely. So that's one fewer gun that will be clogging up our potential shopkeepers' inventories at some point. And away we go. Thanks, Colorado. You've been tolerable. I shot a hacker, didn't I? Just before I shot the recorder, I shot a hacker. So I've already basically failed my custom challenge once. Jeez. I'm an idiot. Okay, that was just a test. It was on Colorado as well. The map where 95% of the people around are guards. And I managed to fail my own challenge. Right, I'm going to need to stick a post-it on my screen or something like that. Just being like, mental note, do not kill civilians. We'll let that one slide. I don't see the point in restarting the challenge after just that first one. But from now on, civilians are safe from us. Mendoza or Mumbai? I'd like to save Mumbai because I like doing showdowns on Mumbai. Blind target, no combat, no bodies found. Oh, blind target is unlikely because we haven't got the tools for that. Or have we? Nope, it's a taser. Sniper kill epic is certainly doable. As would headshot kill legendary, but this way it doesn't need to be a headshot, which is good. And if there's any map where you want to be sniping people, it's Mendoza. But then nobody's found kind of goes against snipers, possibly. We will see. So the first stop is probably going to be a shopkeep, if we want any chance of blinding our target. We might get lucky and get like a flash powder in a crate.
You there? You need anything?
But let's see what friend has. I'm not seeing any blinding tools. Combat axe is just nice to have. Because it opens up possibilities if we get organ trafficking. We'll buy the crowbar. We could buy an emetic grenade. Why not? Could buy a circumcision knife, because that's taking up a pistol slot, isn't it? And then maybe we will come back towards the end. If we're in a guard outfit,
Come back if you need more.
we'll be able to buy another gun, maybe. Although we can probably just pick up another gun. But there's a target. So, let us whip out the old sniper rifle. Now, can we hit this guy without hitting anyone nearby? No bodies found and no combat's gone. Okay. But the prestige is worth more than those, so don't mind. And I'm pretty certain we didn't hit anyone else. So we didn't accidentally collateral a civilian. That's the point. Collateral kill is going to be less convenient. I'll have to remember that as part of this challenge. And part of the corresponding challenge I'll be doing in the future, where we will be only harming civilians and leaving all the guards in one piece. They'll each have their own different challenges to them. Like, alerted maps are going to be tricky on this one, because we can pick up civilian disguises if we happen to come across them, but we won't be able to just bonk civilians to pick up their disguises.
What? Jeez, can you
Sorry,
believe
Pam.
these people?
I'm not sorry.
Think the whole world is their playground.
No. Here's a crate. That's good. It looks as though our next target might be shame powder. That's just knocking people over, isn't it? Yeah. It's not flash. Looked like our next target was in the vineyard region. So we want to be around about here. But we could also use a disguise. So let's potentially try and get one. Can we take out you lads with one shot? And where would we do it from? Yeah, we can. It's nice to have a piercing sniper every now and again. And that should let us get down to our next target. And it gives us another... This is a... Yeah, it's a common gun, so it will go on our wall. So that saves us buying a large gun. Target is another guard. Lovely. They're part of a pair over there. Do we just snipe them? Maybe. We've already blown some of our challenges, so why not? Challenges can be tricky anyway when you've just prestiged. So we're not terribly worried about them. It's nice to get them because when you've just prestiged is when you need as much money as possible. But I will settle for just taking Sniper Kill Epic because that gives us 4.5, which is very nice because the other 3 challenges combined were only giving us like 3,000. And it's a quick in and out, which we like. And no civilians were harmed, except for Syndicate members. It would have been nice to get like a short baller as my legendary reward for prestige. But I don't actually mind that we got the Leviathan because sniper rifles are great. So I'm not going to complain too much. Would be nice to get back my Freelancer lockpick though. And now Mumbai offers us kill only targets, do not pacify, and push kill. Well, kill only targets and do not pacify tend to conflict with one another. Do we go for Silent Assassin? There's only 4 targets, so it shouldn't be too hard to find the one we need. There's a lot of spots in Mumbai where they will stand on a ledge to vom if they have been seeked. So maybe that works for us. Maybe we also bring our wrench and screwdriver though, so that accidents can happen. Because if we have to lose push kill, it's not the end of the world. Especially when Silent Assassin's worth a whopping 7,000. And away we go to Mumbai. Having Silent Assassin and Do Not Pacify might actually be a blessing. Because it might stop me from instinctively knocking out a bunch of civs. Now, targets are in and around this area. That's pretty useful because if this is any of the regular versions of the map, we can pick up a Mansion Guard outfit. A Mansion Guard? We can pick up a local security outfit from the Chul without having to pacify or kill anyone. Let's just sneak our way up these steps and see what we can find in here. Oh, did I forget to bring a lockpick? What an idiot. Is that going to hamper my ability to get the outfit I was looking for? Am I going to have to roam around and look for a crowbar? Gosh dang it. Yeah, all these doors are locked. Where is our supplier? They are on the other side of the map. Of course they are. I thought it might be quicker to cut through the slums, but of course it's not because there's all these bloody enforcers everywhere. What a silly person I am. Okay, we finally made our way around to supplier friend. This was entirely unnecessary, but I'm an idiot and forgot to bring the lockpick, so
Absolutely.
here we are. Do you have one for me? You don't even have one for me. This is the worst. Karma would be nice though. Do we need to buy anything else right now? Probably not.
Good doing business with you. You know where to find me if you need to.
Now, where would crowbars be? Where would I be if I was a crowbar? I mean, this area does seem like a good spot because it's sort of industrial around here. We're not allowed in here, are we? Is that trespassing? No, it's not. Do you have a crowbar? You've got a wrench. But yeah, you don't have a crowbar. Okay. Do you have one hanging out outside? No. There's a propane. But that's not much help. Aha. There's a rusty one. It's good enough. Right. Crowbar get. Now we can actually make our way back and actually start the level. If we now get into
I don't know.
the building site area and then we immediately find that we need another crowbar,
Mark my words.
I'm going to be very sad. I also reserve the right to be very sad if we're on a version of the map that doesn't feature the mansion security outfit in this room. There's options for sadness, basically. Now, step 1. Hey! There it is. Local security. We almost got spotted through that door, which is an issue I've had a few times now. Would have been nice if IOI could have seen fit to fix that at some point, but it's probably a bit late to hope for that now. Now, we've got to watch out for enforcers though. Everyone is still in and around. I hope they're not high up enough that they require a Bollywood security outfit. And it would be nice if we don't have to deal with the cameras, because dealing with them might require knocking dudes out and would cost us at least 1,000 mercers. Maybe I'll pop back down and grab that shovel, because it'd be nice to have something disposable that we can toss at cameras and the like, just in case we can't then retrieve things immediately. I do like that we can toss things at cameras though. That is a wonderful addition to the game. Yeah, people have noticed that. At least a few people have noticed. And there was one of our targets as well. She's a redhead. No hat though. She's not the one. Now, I'm sure I saw an enforcer going up those stairs. So was that a lookout? There's an assassin. Would be nice to pacify him, but which is worth more, assassin silent pistol or 1,000 mercers? Probably the assassin silent pistol. So, yeah, that's something to consider. Is anyone going to notice if we pacify him? I mean, you've got nowhere to crate him though. No, is that guy just going to stand there? He's got glasses and... Let's see.
You dropped something.
So yeah, he's definitely a prime suspect. I think he's waiting for a meeting to start. Now, how about you, madam? Nope, she's called someone else in. Curses. Because she looked like she fit the bill. She's just sneezed. Was that on our list? Yeah, our target is allergic. Now she's going upstairs. I've dropped our shovel, but don't really care that much about the shovel. Let's check out another target.
Is the fan good to go? I know they're still trying to find the right lines for the shoot, but in case they do, we need to be ready with it.
Let's have a look at you. Red hair, hat, glasses. Do you have earrings? Looks like you've got tattoos. But are those built into your character or not?
Don't worry.
Can't quite tell if you've got earrings.
I'm staying out of trouble.
Yeah, she's paranoid, so it's not her. Okay. 2 targets remain. Oh, yeah, we'll sneak in here. Thank you.
Okay, let's get down to business. Be a darling and come back in a bit, would you? Trying to have a chat here?
I mean, we can't really go anywhere because of that enforcer.
Hi there. I'm not happy. You promise?
Now we can. Okay. You lot have your meeting.
I need an update on Project Downfall. The Emperor...
We can get away with this, right?
Calm down. I don't...
Just about.
Are on it. That's all you need to know. Ignorance is bliss, right?
Okay, so let's have a quick
think we're done.
peek.
Keep me updated.
Earrings, glasses.
Okay, I'll
Yeah, she fits the bill. And she sneezed at one point. Yeah. He fits most of the bill as well, though. But does he have a necklace? No, but he's got an earring, so he does fit the bill. What's she doing in here, though? Is she going to eat or drink? Because there's a lot of opportunities to do that here. Nope, she's going upstairs. There is a guard roaming about, looking for Dawid Rangan, probably. There's a lot of enforcers about. And there we go. Bookworm. She is definitely our target. Is there anywhere up here where we can do much? I don't think so. Maybe when she comes back down, we'll try and find a spot where we can seeker her. Because there are toilets down here. We won't get a push kill. But that's maybe fine. It's just a case of what is that guy going to do? He's going to go that way. Okay. Ooh. Did we get her? Yes. That was a risky shot, but we got her. So she's going to go to the bogs. Which is fine. No push kill for us today. But a silent assassin will do nicely. So potential 9,000 mercers relying on us safely escaping. Unless, of course, we do take out an assassin. But then how are we supposed to take out this assassin? Are you coming up those stairs? You look like you might have been about to. Is he going to see us if we try and seeker him? Maybe?
Wow.
What if we get his attention?
We might have a possible disturbance. I'm moving to investigate. We'll keep you posted.
Yeah, you go check that out. That moves
wonder
you
what that
away.
could be.
And now are you going to go to the same toilets?
I gotta hurl.
Oh, hammer. That is a common item? Oh no, it's just a regular one. I think it's claw hammer that's got a rarity. So he is now going to go to the same toilet. He's potentially going to find that body, but she's in an accident, so he's not going to be terribly first. Maybe we can bonk him before he actually gets there. So we've lost 1,000 on Do Not Pacify, but we've picked up an assassin's pistol, which is absolutely worth it. We're still getting 8.5 grand if we can make it out of this level without getting spotted by any enforcers. I think we picked up a bunch of coins, so we might actually be able to get a taxi out here. Although we are right by a regular exit, so I guess that will do the job nicely. Yep, see you later, Mumbai. It's been enjoyable, as ever. Right, what fabulous prize have we got in the common crate? It is a shotgun. Okay. Something I hadn't really considered up till now is I can't take out lookouts, because lookouts are civilians. I can take out assassins, which I won't be able to do in the Leave the Guards Alone challenge. But yeah, adds an extra little wrinkle to things. Alright, assassination looks nice. It's 4 levels I enjoy. More or less. Looking at you, Hokkaido, please don't be alerted. Every time. Every dang time the game knows exactly which level I don't want to be alerted and it picks it. So I guess we're off to Hokkaido. Perfect shooter. Eliminate guards with a sniper. Eliminate guards is fine because that's part of the challenge, is that we can eliminate guards. Explosive kill remote. We can make one of those upstairs. And we're definitely bringing a sniper along, so if we had an option for... Well, we've got collateral firearms, but again, unless we can take out 2 guards, that's tricky. How many targets did we have? 3. Jeez. 3 targets on a level 2 alerted map. That's rough. Now, we don't desperately need lockpick, but I want to bring it anyway. And we will bring our assassin's pistol that we've acquired. We'll bring the Leviathan. We'll pop upstairs and make an explosive. And with that in hand, we'll be able to get our remote explosive kill. And it's time to take the hit van to Hokkaido. Now, we need to remember that we can only kill... Well, we can only harm guards, because it's tempting to just harm anyone on this map so you can get their outfits and you can travel about the gaff. But no. Just guards. So... here's one. And now that we're in... guard number 1 can go down. And let's have a chat with supplier friend. What you got for us, bud? You have got... there's our lockpick. Spiffing. We'll grab that pistol. Yeah.
Thank you.
We don't necessarily need to focus pistols anymore, but we may as well grab that one while we can. And then let's have a think. Let's actually check where our targets are. That's a useful thing to check. We've got one in organ storage, who is going to be a bodyguard guarding the heart. We've got one hanging around in the foyer area, maybe a guard, and another over there. Okay, so how do we get to organ storage without trouble?
Hey there.
There goes direct to Nakamura. We've been found trespassing. That's a brilliant start. Is anyone going to come up and deal with that? Bloody cameras. Yeah. Here comes just a regular guard.
Command, we've lost the target. We're waiting further instructions.
So he's going to chill out in a second.
You there? You need anything?
Right, there he
I
goes.
just have what you need.
Let's maybe lure him back in. It's probably not entirely necessary.
Come on.
But hey-ho. Glad our supplier is able to keep a cool head through all of this. Just watching people get executed in front of him. But yeah, there's going to be better ways of getting to morgue storage, organ storage. We'll just come down this way. Because that would be a good one to start with. Because then we can nobble the cameras. We'll just wait for those guards to move away. And then we'll move behind the other one. Now we can happily make our way through here where we find another target.
Looking at the beautiful fish, just serene in
That
their
guy
simple existence.
is probably not a collateral kill target just because there's no one else nearby who can be killed because they're all civilians. So maybe we're going to bonk that guy and then kaplode him. Maybe then we take out that camera and we do it up this end. Has he heard that? I don't think he has. Okay. Down he goes. Where is our makeshift explosive? There it is.
Sounds like yoga's a lot more hardcore than I imagined.
And we're off.
Some of those poses will positively kill you.
And boom. There's our explosive remote kill.
That's a little harsh, isn't it?
Now, is there going to be a bodyguard in the morgue? Because that would be very handy for an outfit.
Okay.
Yeah, good. Let's pop down here. Maybe we whip out a sniper rifle again. When that guy comes through and has a look about.
Hello? Is anyone there?
Excellent. Challenge complete. Decent outfit got. Now, I'm not certain if the organ storage guy is going to be any good, actually. Just, it's going to be tricky to get in there and arrange a collateral. Oh no, it's a man who stood there. Okay. It's not actually one of the bodyguards as I suspected. So maybe there's a possibility that I can hit him. As he travels back, I can take out him and a bodyguard in the room behind. So if he's going back and forth, maybe we've got options here. We'll just wait for Morgue Doctor to come around this side and have his back to us. Okay, so a bit of patience required now. We wait for him to come back out.
Mr. Jason Portman. A doctor will escort you to your appointment.
Ah, he's doing a full loop, is he?
The hospital entrance.
Okay. Would it be possible to snipe him and a bodyguard without those lads noticing? I think it would. But now he's on the move again, so we're a little late. Okay, so now he's in there. So we could have potentially got him whilst he stood there. He's given us lots of options, but I'm not sure which is best. But, I mean, we're over here now. So we'll stick to what I was initially thinking as the plan. Although those morgue doctors might get in the way of that. Because what I was going to do is, I was going to knock him out in here, lure in a bodyguard, and knock them out in here, and then set up the shot. But those morgue doctors going back and forth kind of make that tricky. Or do they? Okay, we're going to get away with it, I think. Now, do we lure out a bodyguard from in there, or do we go up these stairs and find one? That might be the lower risk option.
What is this shit?
Let's see. Yeah, that's worked. Okay, so yeah. Don't have to worry about pesky morgue doctors spotting us in here. We just drag those two lads together. And let's see. Yeah, that should take them both out. And there we go. Collateral kill firearms. Good. Perfect shoot is still intact even. And now target number 3 is near the sushi place. Which we could get back to by going this way. Doctors are facing the right way to not be enforcers. Well, to be enforcers, but not to be bothersome. And then we could just go up the stairs over here, can't we? Although, is our target coming down the stairs? He is. How handy. Is he coming out this door? Curious. And then he stops moving, which is fine because we can blink him and run away. Amazing. And now if the helicopter exit is open, which it looks like it is on this version of the map, that's a perfect run. Jolly good. Bye-bye, Hokkaido. And a water canister for our troubles. Amazing. And that'll do for now, I think. That's the general gist of how this challenge is going to go. I do hope you'll forgive my misstep on the first level. We're still getting used to the rules. If it happens again, I will fail the level, I think. I'll just walk out and leave it behind and just be like, yep, there we go, I killed a civ. But that is basically how this guards only challenge is going to go. And hopefully it's going to go pretty smoothly. I guess we'll find out in future episodes. Until then, thanks for watching, friends.